Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, MLB. It's another MLB card for this Tuesday, the 20th. Got a couple days, and then I believe we have preseason football back. And then we have college football this weekend, Tim. Saturday. I'm still waiting for for Action Network to have like cash flow and stuff like that for these college games, so I can kind of like cap how the market's moving in these. But that's beyond the point. So yeah, but we have a full slate of MLB for today. Before we get into today's games, we'll look back at yesterday. It was kind of just like one of those split out, I lost a little bit of juice type of days. Went 3-3, down 0.35 units. So not a profitable day. Diamondbacks got the job done with the run line there. Mets team total over 4.5. I get hooked. Full game over 8.5 loses. Then the Royals run line winner, the Giants run line winner, and the Mariners money line was a loser. So overall, 3-3, down a little bit. Small card, not much to really talk about here.
Well, you picked the right place. We picked the right place to put up on the site, Nick. Diamondbacks run line, Kansas City run line, and San Fran run line. All of them were no sweat, never in doubters. Totally didn't have teams that had bigger leads that it got way too close. 9-6 win by Arizona, 5-3 by Kansas City, and 5-3 by the Giants. 3-0, Nick, up 3 units, which puts us nicely for baseball. I think we're up like 38 units or something with baseball on the site this year. So very happy with how baseball is going this year, and ready to keep rolling with it.
Yeah. Head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today's card.
Diamondbacks, yep, they won. Mets won, though. Oh, he hit the run line. Royals, Reds and Royals were winners. Rays, Mariners were losers. Woo over strikeouts. And the Red Sox last night. Red Sox I saw got walked off on, so that's rough for you. This MLB slate is tricky, not going to lie. Fair enough. Patrick Laine to Montreal. Laine just got clean from rehab and gets traded to Montreal. God save his soul. Should have been Utah.
Gets traded to Montreal. Heard they have some of the from what I've heard, they've had some of the best strip clubs in the world. But
yeah, I figured that one out.
But I've only been to I've barely ever been to Canada, so I wouldn't know.
And then Truth Tellers in the house saying hello. All right, Nick, let's start up the card.
Yeah, but first, if you guys are looking to expand your books, expand all the different places you can bet, whether that's betting on sports, whether that's DFS or daily fantasy, things along those lines, check out the link in the description down below. Sign Up Expert. It'll show you all of the available books in your area that you can sign up for that have bonuses and things along those lines. You want a deposit match, you want free bets, you want certain things like that. It'll tell you which books have what promos available. And if you want to help support the Earle Sports channel as well, using our link will help us get kickbacks as well when you guys sign up. So use the link down in the description below to expand your books for that. So signupexpert.com, link in the description down below.
Let's do it. Let's jump into the first game, which I'll go ahead and put up on the site.
Yeah, we'll get into it here. I don't have to lay a run line on the against the Miami Marlins. I can just lay a -1 line. It's great. Let's get into it. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Miami Marlins. The Marlins are the Diamondbacks -145 favorites in this game. with a total of 7.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this one, where this line opened up with the Diamondbacks. If this will load, there we go. As minus 150 favorites, it's down to 147. Line opened up in an 8 and even money. It's down to a 7.5 minus 117. So move towards the under and a move towards these Diamondbacks. 87% of the tickets, 85% of cash is on the D-backs. And then 98% of the tickets, 99% of cash is on the over in this game here. The line dropping a little bit here does appeal a little bit for an under in this spot. Heading over to the pitching matchup here, Eduardo Rodriguez versus Edward Cabrera. Rodriguez, 5.06 ERA, 1.22 whip, 5.06 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%, 2.53 walks per nine, a 235 BABIP, a 5.33 FIP, and a 5.05 Sierra. On the flip side, Cabrera, 3.48 ERA, 1.42 whip, 8.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 5.81 walks per nine, a 266 BABIP, a 4.66 FIP, and a 5.11 Sierra. The bullpen edge goes towards the Marlins, but it has been regressing a little bit as of late. And the hitting edge is pretty significant towards the Diamondbacks, 147 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball versus righties compared to 97, which is 21st. This will be Diamondbacks -1 for me because I can get it at a reasonable price. So that's where I'm going to go in this game. Diamondbacks -1.
I can get the run line at +150. So once again, we don't even cap the Marlins games. Kind of the same. I don't cap the Oriole games. And we'll talk about that because I know there was comments yesterday from somebody about that stuff. So we'll explain that in a little bit. But no, we fade the Marlins every day, and I back the Orioles every day. So Arizona run line for this one in the early game. Well, early game at 6:40. Sweeping this 15-game card today. There you go. You're on the Marlins. The over-under is Trappy. Marlins +1.5. No, thank you. Parlay piece for the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks team total over. -1.5 and the team total over. Miami overs at home are hitting ridiculously cashing. Heard. Good to know. Maybe an over in this game could be interesting as well. Let's go to this one, Nick.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to just punch in the amounts here for my -1 line. So you're good. We have the Nationals and the Rockies. The Nationals -140 favorites in this game with a total of 8 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history here in this one, where we have Austin Gomber and DJ Hers. Line open up at a 140. It's up to a 142. Line open up 8.5 at -120. It's down 8 at -105. Move towards the under and a slight move towards these Washington Nationals. 88% of the tickets, 94% of cash on the Nationals. 87% of tickets, 82% of the cash on the over in this one here. Hers and Gomber 5.68 ERA, 1.34 whip, 7.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 1.78 walks per nine, a 299 BABIP, a 5.11 FIP, and a 4.10 Sierra. On the flip side, Hers 3.04 ERA, 1.18 whip, 10.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 3.8 walks per nine, a 246 BABIP, a 4.48 FIP, and a 3.91 Sierra. The bullpen edge goes towards these Washington Nationals. The hitting edge goes towards the Nationals as well. 104 WRC plus, which is 15th, compared to 60, which is 29th. Do the Nationals have the edges in this game? Yeah. Do I really want to lay a run line or a -1 line with the Washington Nationals at a -140 price tag? Really, no. This is ultimately going to be a pass for me in this game to lean towards maybe taking the Nationals -1, but not one that I'm going to be getting involved with. I just don't know if I can pull the trigger at the Nationals at this price at the very least.
Can we call this one a 1-800-GAMBLER? Move on.
The Nationals are getting to be a fun team, though. They're a fun team.
Yeah, they are. Remember when the Nationals were like a game out of a playoff spot? I thought that was kind of funny how they were actually really they were doing well for a while. Now they are not. They are 10.5 games back for the wild card spot now, and they're 13 games under 500. They had a fun start to the year. And this is a young national team that could potentially be something good in the next couple of years. Not enough for me to want to go after them today, not laying minus 140 on them. Yes, they play better at home, but this is a 1-800-GAMBLER game and move on.
Fair.
The Marlins, no cap. That's fine. A lot of people like the Marlins today. What up? Rockies, Nationals. Rocks have had the hotter bats. They have. Gomer gets smacked, and the over 8. Fair enough. Let's roll into this one, Nick.
Yeah, another favorite around this 140, 145 price tag range. Luis Hill and the New York Yankees taking on Matthew Boyd and the Cleveland Guardians. Line opened up at a 160 down to a 145, and line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115 down to an 8 minus 120. So move towards the under and then move towards the Guardians in this game here. 92% of tickets, 75%, 92% of tickets, and 83% of the cash is on the Yankees, and this line's dropping. 87% of tickets, 61% of cash is on the over in this game as well, with, I believe, this line dropping towards the under in this one here. Expecting Matthew Boyd to pitch well in this game. Yeah, the line dropped a half a run, and the line's moved towards the Guardians, expecting a good start from Matthew Boyd, who in his first start back looked good. I believe he's made one start, and his cover's not working for me. Okay, covers is loading now. Okay, cool. Let's take a look here. What did I think Matthew Boyd had an okay start in his first one? Because I think he's only made one appearance. Yes, he faced the Cubs. Gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 innings pitched. You look fine. Luis Hill. Keep in mind, Luis Hill, this is a tricky pitcher to cap because he's never thrown this many innings in his career. 3.72 ERA, 1.50 whip, 10.71 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 5.12 walks per 9, a 3.27 BABIP, a 4 FIP, and a 4.38 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Guardians. The hitting edge, however, it goes towards the Yankees, 111 WRC plus, which is 13th compared to 72, which is dead last for the Guardians. So the Guardians are not hitting particularly well. I think Matthew Boyd can pitch okay in this game. I feel like the under may be just as good of a play as the Guardians in this one here. And I got to decide which one I want to move on more. I don't really want to double up on this game. But I feel like if the Guardians don't cash their money line today, it's because they don't score runs. So I think the under would be a semi-hedge to the Guardians money line. I need to decide whether or not I want to move on the Guardians money line or the first 5 under in this game. In this spot, I don't know which one yet.
I'm going to go with the Guardians. I'm going to go with the Guardians in this spot. And I think I'm going to put it up because this is a Guardians team that kind of just, whenever you see them at plus money, normally it works out for us. And I'm not super high on Gil. He has had a good season, but I do expect some regression from him, especially when he gets up in innings. And especially against a Guardians team that has been really good all year, considering that they are, what are they, the second best team in baseball? 5. I believe it's actually this is not the top 2 teams. The Phillies are currently still the best team in baseball. These are 2 teams that are the top 2 teams in the American League, so actually it should be a really good matchup. No, I like the Guardians in this one, getting a little bit of plus money with Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this game. I just want to figure out how I want to approach this. Whether this is an under, and I expect Boyd to pitch well again. And if I just expect Boyd to pitch well again, do I go first 5 under and the money line? The wind is blowing out 10.3 miles an hour. So there's that. Or it's blowing out, yeah. There's that. But it's in the 60s. I think I want to do both. I think I want to do both first 5 under and full game money line. I want to see how this first 5 line is moved for the total first. But I think I'm going to move on both first 5 under and Guardians money line in this game.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to do
This is
that.
a weird one. Sharp money on Guardians. Guardians are so cold. Not unsure why people expect them to wake up here. I think they do. Yankee money line parlay. Took Guardians in the 16 parlay. Guardians plus 2.5. So you just took a big chalk parlay. Got it. Let's roll into this one, Nick.
Yeah. We have the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cincinnati Reds. The Blue Jays minus 135 favorites, total 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Toronto and Cincy. This is an interleague game. There we go. Carson Spires taking on Jose Barrios, and this is first 5 line movement. I want full game line movement. There we go. Let's take a look here. Line opened up at a 145. It's now down to a 133. So we have a movement towards these Cincinnati Reds. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 110. It's now an 8.5 minus 110. So a slight move towards this over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 80% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Blue Jays, with the line moving towards the Reds a decent amount. 77 and 75 on the over here in this one too. We have Barrios, and I did not have Carson Spires on my spreadsheet last night, so I have to insert him into my spreadsheet real quick to get his numbers up. I believe he was in a bulk role in his last appearance there. Let's get him there. Carson Spires. 6.38 ERA, 1.36 WHIP, 9.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.95 walks per nine, a 300 BABIP, a 4.97 FIP, and a 3.83 SIERA. On the flip side, Barrios 3.23 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 8.51 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 3.23 walks per nine, a 2.22 BABIP, a 5 FIP, and a 4.19 SIERA. And the bullpen edge here, I forgot to type in Cincinnati for Spires there. So now I can get their bullpen numbers. Bullpen edge goes towards Cincy. Hitting edge does go towards Toronto, 107 WRC plus, which is 14th, compared to 91, which is 22nd. If I were to want to fade the Blue Jays, it is a full game or nothing type of situation there. I have a feeling this is going to be Reds money line for me. That's at the very least a strong lean. I would like to shop around, see what the best available number is, but I am interested in the Reds here.
Good luck. Once again, I don't bet Blue Jay games, and I don't think that's going to change. Besides when they're up against the Orioles, or when they go up against the Marlins at the end of the year. Blue Jays are a team I don't get right, so I just don't bet their games. So I cross it out and I move on. Nothing new.
Fair.
Yankees shouldn't be minus 145. Bigger or smaller favorites? Hit a 16 parlay, $3 to pay 52 yesterday. Nice. I said in the beginning, this slate is a little bit tricky. A little bit. My best bet today, and my best bets yesterday were Reds and A's. Today I'm doing the opposite. So you're going Blue Jays and you're going Tampa Bay today. Liberty first quarter, last team to score, minus 145. Interesting. I took the Liberty game over. Nice Nathan ROI. Yo. Thanks, Bailey. How are we doing? Women's FIBA World Qualifiers been nice. Get it, dude. Doesn't that always wish you put 300 on it? Basketball. I got what you meant. I have no clue who's going to win this game. Yesterday, Venezuela beat South Korea as 5-1 dogs. Nice. Not really. Yeah. In about 10 minutes, I like the Philippines to beat Hungary at plus 650. Right on. Yesterday, a home run capper told everyone to bet Seager to hit 2 home runs Saw a payout $50, returned $1,800. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Missed the Reds yesterday, thinking of the over today. That would require the Blue Jays to actually hit it. All right, Nick. This series kills me.
Let's get into it. I lost the team total over and the full game over last night, but watching the highlight of that home run, I couldn't really be that mad. Line opened up at a 125 for the Mets. It's down to a 115. So we do have a 10-cent line movement towards these Baltimore Orioles here. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's now an 8 at minus 117. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Orioles in this game here. We have 26% of tickets and 59% of cash is on the Orioles in this game. So the sharp money is on Baltimore in this spot. And I need to get back to that. And then we can look at the total in this one because I accidentally clicked on it. 71% of tickets, 68% of cash is on the over in this spot here. We have Dean Kramer and Jose Quintana. Kramer 4.73 ERA, 1.50 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 4.39 walks per nine, a 291 BABIP, a 4.11 FIP, and a 5.19 CR. On the flip side, we have Quintana, 4.73 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 8.1 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 5.4 walks per nine, a 2.64 BABIP, a 4.97 FIP, and a 5.23 CR. The bullpen edge goes towards the Mets. The hitting edge goes towards the Orioles, 124 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 115, which is 10th in this spot here. I just want to take a look at what one movement for this game was, because I'm curious to see what the first 5 line movement is slightly towards Baltimore here. I think Baltimore's the sharp side in this game, and I would like to take him in the first 5 innings. I don't trust their bullpen as much as I trust the Mets bullpen for a full game, because the Mets bullpen numbers have been better as of late, and I think that's going to be one of Baltimore's problems this season in the playoffs is trying to navigate with Craig Kimbrell as your closer, and they've had to bump him down to a more low leverage role. I think this is Orioles' first 5 though. It's the way I would like to move in this game. Just take the Oriole bullpen out of it, which has been very hit or miss this year. The Mets bullpen hasn't been the greatest either, but their numbers are still better. And I don't think the hitting edge is enough in Baltimore's favor for me to say, let's take the full game. So I think it's just going to be, first 5 for me, Baltimore.
I'm going to put Baltimore up on the site. And to answer, I know somebody, I'm not going to mention any numbers, any person by name or anything, but somebody mentioned yesterday saying that I'm not a true Mets fan because I was betting on the Orioles. No, that's not how this works. I bet the Orioles every single day. So that means I bet the Orioles every single day. It doesn't mean I bet them every day besides when they play against my favorite team. No, it doesn't work that way. So today I'll have money on the Orioles, although I will be rooting for my Mets. I'm going to be on the Orioles, even money, and that's up on the site now.
Yeah, I'm on the Baltimore first 5 in this game, plus 105 over on Bet365.
There you go. And just because they're against the Mets doesn't mean I'm gonna pause the fade or pause the betting on them. No. Doesn't work that way. Kansas City run line, first 5 in Kansas City. I will probably be back on Kansas City today. Baltimore, yes. Shout out to everyone. What up, fellas? What up, Razor? Welcome. Orioles minus 1.5. I'm going to roll the dice with O's. I want the Mets to take over second in the East. I would love for the Mets to take over second in the East. I do think the Mets probably win tomorrow. I had Mets first to score yesterday and Mets money line on my parlays, so not so confident with them this game. Under 8. I hit Max Muncy home run last night. That Dodger lineup was deadly, and Wu was pitching a gem. There you go. And the beauty right now is if the Mets win, cool, the Mets win. If the Mets lose, I cash a bet. And there's the Baltimore Oriole trend for every single day. Can we also talk about how good Merrill is? He might be the most clutch player in the game.
He's gonna be the rookie of the year this year. You can say goodbye to Skeens for that. It's Jackson Merrill.
Happy Zach Wheeler Day. We'll talk about that series in a minute because that's gonna be a big series coming up. Lead under from Razor with the Mets game. All right, I'm on Kansas City in your parlays. I am a Dodgers and Leafs fan, and I actually feel that works in my favor betting against them too. You typically know them well, and if they win, when you cap against them, at least your team wins. Exactly. You know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to bet against the Mets every single day, and then if I win, I win. Let's jump into this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies minus 130 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Well, let's get into the line history in this spot here, where we have Wheeler and Ronaldo Lopez. Your pitching matchup. Line opened up at a 118. It's now a 130 for Philadelphia. And this line opened up at a 7.5. It's now to an 8, suggesting that Ronaldo Lopez is vulnerable in this game. We have 29% of the tickets and 57% of the cash is on the Braves, and the market is not caring whatsoever about that. As the line moved from 118 to 130. Granted, I believe also Austin Riley was announced out after that line was moved or brought out there. 82% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the over here as well. The line moving towards the over in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Zach Wheeler, 2.81 ERA, 0.94 whip, 10.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%, 2.25 walks per nine, a 233 BABIP, a 3.8 FIP, and a 3.26 ERA. On the flip side, Ronaldo Lopez is coming back off of being injured. In the last 30 days, 4 ERA, 1.44 whip, 7 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3 walks per nine, a 321 BABIP, a 4.39 FIP, and a 4.64 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Atlanta Braves. The hitting edge goes towards the Atlanta Braves, actually, as of late. 106 WRC plus, which is 15th, compared to 86, which is 24th. Which, keep in mind, those numbers are with Austin Riley in the lineup, which finally started to figure it out as of late. When I was looking to do free pick videos last night, this was one of the games that popped up for me that I would have liked to go ahead and do a video for. And wow, this line's moved. I should have probably just moved on this last night. Because I was looking Philly first 5 in this game, and now that's all the way up to a minus 145. The line moving towards the over is rather interesting. Maybe that tells you Philly team total over, something along those lines. I'm not going to end up betting this game, but it's just a lean towards Philly in this game if I had to bet anything. But now we're getting to you have to lay a -1 or a run line or something along those lines with Philly on the road in Atlanta. But that would be the only way I can look in this game. I think Atlanta probably starts to fall apart.
I'm on Philly today. I will say, Nick, I looked at the site and they gave me the option of doing a -2.5. I'm not doing it, but they gave me the option of that. But I'm going to take the run line here at +125. I believe they're playing a 4-game series, right?
I think so.
It is a 3-game series.
3.
They have a 4-game series at the end of the month. That's what it was, and that one's in Philly. These are going to be a big 7 games, and I think at the end of it, we're going to have a determination of what the division is going to look like. And I think it's going to be that the division race is over.
It's already over.
I think it's going to be truly dead. I think Philly truly finishes out the Braves on their way to winning the division, which I have a Phillies to win the division ticket. So at least it's not the Braves. So, but Philly run line +125 for me.
Yeah. And it's crazy to see the list of players on the Braves this year that have spent at least a month on the IL. Because right off the rip, I mean, Austin Riley missed some time. Spencer Strider's out for the year. Acuna's out for the year. I believe Olsen didn't miss time. He's just struggled this year. Michael Harris missed some time. Ronaldo Lopez has missed some time. They've had so many players get hurt this year. I mean, Ozzy Albies has been out for a while too.
Yep. Philly moneyline parlay. Yes, I think the Phillies win today. Wheeler over K's. Braves moneyline. Phillies run line. Azuna struggles versus Wheeler. Anyone else a threat? Not really right now. Phillies run line. Took Phillies. Braves are not in good shape right now. I feel like one team is going to sweep this series. And I think it's going to be Philly. Sale is the only pitcher I will trust confidently with the Braves bet. Look at the Philly fan. Look at all these Philly fans included, me included. I just want to see the Braves lose. Riley is the best third baseman in baseball. Losing him turns this team into a mid team.
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the regular season.
I will make an argument saying I don't think he's the best third baseman in baseball. I think he's maybe top 3.
Who's above him?
I would take Rafael Devers ahead of him.
I would take Rafael Devers. I would take Jose Ramirez. And I'd take Manny Machado over him.
And I would take a fully healthy Alex Bregman.
Oh, Bregman as well. Yep.
And of course, Mark Dantas. Anyways, not fair. Under 8. No, I wouldn't do it. Alec Boehm could be an interesting one to have above him as well. Also on my parlay with the Fighting Phils and the under. Not a Phillies fan, but cannot deny the greatness. They are having a really good year. It's going to be crazy when they pull an Atlanta Braves and lose in the first round. Zach Wheeler, 6 strikeouts, Phillies money line parlay. I'm on the Phillies as well. Baseball fans are way less hostile than hockey fans. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you been to New York? Yankee fans are ruthless. So are Philly fans. Should the Phillies be favored by more than 135 or more? Yes. With this pitching matchup, yes.
By the way, if you think that the Phillies can pull off something really good against the Braves, plus 250 for the Braves to miss the playoffs.
That's interesting. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Let's get into the next one, though. And this is a game that I did my free pick video on. So this is one I'm genuinely curious where this line has moved. This line opened up at a 125, I want to say. 125. It's down to a 117. Love to see it. This line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to a 7.5. Full run movement down. Interesting there. Let's take a look at the cash flow. And this one, 98.98 on the over. 68% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the Cardinals, and the lines move towards the Brewers. I love my bet. Love it. Frankie Montas taking on Eric Fetty. Montas has really struggled as of late. 6.65 ERA, 1.96 whip, 10.57 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 5.09 walks per 9, a 389 BABIP, a 4.78 FIP, and a 4.43 CR. On the flip side, Eric Fetty, 5.13 ERA, 1.25 whip, 7.18 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 2.73 walks per 9, a 243 BABIP, a 606 FIP, and a 4.84 Sierra. The bullpen edge going to the Milwaukee Brewers. The hitting edge goes towards the Brewers as well, 110 WRC plus, which is 12, compared to 93, which is 19th. I made a move on this game last night. I got in at plus 114. I'm on the Milwaukee Brewers in this game. I look for Frankie Montas to positively regress. His numbers suggest that he's getting a little unlucky. And even if he doesn't have the greatest of starts, I like the bullpen edge. I like the hitting edge I have with Milwaukee as well as at this dog price. I'm on the Brewers at plus 114 in this game.
Can I say that I think that we're going to see some negative regression from Eric Fetty? I just don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be overvalued in St. Louis. Because I know that he was properly valued in Chicago. I think he's going to be overvalued because everybody saw what he did in Chicago for St. Louis. And that's kind of how I want to go after. I think fading Fetty is going to be very profitable to end the year, Nick. So I'm going to jump on the Brewers with you. Also, I mean, I'm high on the Brewers. I have futures on them as well. So I think Fetty is bound for regression. Give me the Brewers along with it. I'm getting only plus 107, but
yeah. And it's kind of interesting to see Eric Fetty, how he's pitched in St. Louis. It's crazy the difference between pitching with absolutely no pressure with the worst team in modern baseball history, and then getting thrown into a wild card race.
Yep. You kind of seen that a little bit with Trevor Rogers for Baltimore as well. Although he had a good game last night, but I think you're going to notice that a little bit with players that all of a sudden go from playing for nothing to playing for a wild card race or divisional race, is you might see them struggle to start off their tenures with other teams. So and we've kind of seen that a little bit. Although Zach Eflin's looked great, but that's not the point. We'll go back to the chat. This is my play today. Cardinals.
Why?
Brewers being a dog going 5 of 7 versus Dodgers and Guardians says it all.
Yeah, but the Cardinals are not the Dodgers or the Guardians.
That's fair. Nick, we got this.
Yeah, quick shout out to one of our sponsors here, W Energy, the alternative for your energy drinks and powders, with a formula to help focus and concentration with no added sugars or artificial dyes or colorings. And their formula focuses on no jitters, no crash. So if you want to get just started with it here, they have the sample pack, which is 3 flavors and their shaker. And you can do that. And if you use the promo code Earle SportsBets, it'll save you 10% off your entire order. And I believe that code works every single time you place an order with W Energy. So be sure to check out one of our sponsors here if you want to help support the Earle SportsBets channel and be able to maybe test out a new alternative to energy drinks that can really hurt your body and things along those lines. Healthier, better alternative here. W Energy. The link to that is in the description down below.
Let's jump into this one, eh?
Yeah, the Texas Rangers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Rangers minus 130 favorites, total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Let's take a look. Line opened up minus 135. It's now 130 for the Rangers. So a 5-cent line movement towards the Pirates. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It dropped immediately down to an 8 and now down to a 7.5. So a full move down to the under for back-to-back games, which actually tempts me in overs in those games. But we do have 98%. I think it's 98% of cash on the over in this one. And then we have 89% of tickets and 73% of the cash is on the Rangers. And the line's moving towards the Pirates, which definitely piques my interest in a little Pittsburgh Pirates action here. We have Mitch Keller in this one here. Or Mitch Keller, my bad. Mitch Keller. 6 ERA, 1.26 whip, 6.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 3.33 walks per 9, a 241 BABIP, a 5.21 FIP, and a 4.86 SIERA. On the flip side, Cody Bradford's been okay. He struggled a little bit actually in the last 30 days. 5.94 ERA, 1.44 whip, 8.64 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 3.27 walks per 9, a 5.27 FIP, and a 4.12 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards Pittsburgh. The hitting edge goes towards Pittsburgh, 134 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball, compared to 88, which is 23rd. This is a really enticing game for me to want to take the road dog in this game. Mitch Keller coming in, I believe, off of his worst start of the season as well, where he just got ambushed by the San Diego Padres. He's had 2 tough starts back-to-back, and I think this is more of a get-right game for him. He gave up 7 earned runs in 4 innings pitched against the Dodgers, and then he followed that up with 8 earned runs in 5 innings against the Padres. I think this is a get-right spot for him here against the Texas Rangers, who are hitting way worse than the last 2 teams that he has faced. And I see Mitch Keller being able to pitch better because when you look at his numbers previous to that, no earned runs, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, 2 earned runs in his previous 5 starts. He didn't give up at more than 3 runs in his last 5 starts previous to facing the Dodgers and the Padres. And to the teams he faced during that run of 2-2-2, 3-0. No, those are walks, my bad. 0-2, 1-2-2. Faced the Diamondbacks twice, who were hitting really well at the time. I think this is a Pirates money line spot.
I'm not going to go after anything in this game. I'm not going to trust either of these teams to win a game because Pittsburgh, they snapped, a 12-game losing streak or whatever it was, 10-game losing streak. And then they won 2 games and they've lost 2 in a row again. And I don't trust Texas to win a baseball game, especially laying minus 130. This one was some more of the easier ones to pass on. So this one was just a stay away spot for me.
Yeah.
Kind of an easy one to stay away from. Diamondbacks minus 1.5, Baltimore Brewers parlay. Sounds good to me. Why are they dogs then? Because they're on the road and it's a divisional matchup, and the St. Louis Cardinals have a solid pitcher on the mound. The line's about to flip. Robert, allow me to talk you off of the D-backs, although Marlins have been scrappy. D-backs are going to win the World Series. Over. Wanted 4-0 Bradford, but passed. D-backs and Padres could very well win the World Series. I think they have a better chance than the Phillies or Dodgers.
I 100% agree with this statement. I think the winner of that wild card series, which we are right now, if the playoffs would start, it would be Padres, Diamondbacks, Brewers, Braves. I think the winner of that Padres Diamondbacks series wins the National League because they would have the momentum from the wild card series heading into the DS. They are a team; those are both teams we've seen make runs within the last few years. I mean, we saw the Diamondbacks make the World Series last year. We saw the Padres make the NLCS a few years ago.
Yep.
I think stylistically, they're both built to compete in the playoffs. And the Phillies are as well a little bit. The Dodgers are more built to play in the regular season. I think that if the Padres can get by the Diamondbacks, that's the team I'm the most afraid of, the Padres facing in the first round. Because I'm not afraid of them facing the Dodgers. They're 7-3 versus the Dodgers this year. They've played the Dodgers well. So I think I would have a pretty significant bet on the Padres to beat the Dodgers if they face the playoffs.
There you go. Pittsburgh Pirates money line. Texas should not be minus 130. They can't hit. Missed a 5-team parlay yesterday. Only needed Machado to record a hit. Went 0 for 4. Pirates are a scrappy team.
Yep.
Pirates money line. They can hit sometimes. I have a hard time trusting Pittsburgh bats. I agree. Texas scored 4 last night. I think Pirates are the play here, though. And Keller over strikeouts. I can see Keller over strikeouts. Let's keep rolling, Nick. We got 6 games left.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in my bet here. We'll be taking the Pittsburgh Pirates plus 115. I get a 20% profit boost as well, which will be able to allow me to boost them to plus 138. But my official line will be plus 115 for them here. Plus 115, Pittsburgh Pirates money line against the Rangers today. Let's get into the next one here. The Kansas City Royals and the LA Angels minus 195 for the Royals, totaled 8.5 in this game. The Royals are firmly in a playoff spot right now, and after winning last night and having the having the Red Sox lose, the Red Sox are just slipping more. I believe they're 4.5 games out of the wild card as we speak. Let's get into the line history here. We have Reagans and Anderson. This line opened up at a 185. It's up to a 193, so it's moved 8 cents. We're looking for a 10-cent line movement there for a cow to be wearing royal blue. Line opened up 8.5 minus 110. It's now 8.5 at even money, so it moved towards the under here as well. Let's take a look here. 94% of tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Royals in this game. 75% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. Anderson, 4.6 ERA, 1.19 whip, 11.05 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%. 2.76 walks per nine, a 288 BABIP, a 406 FIP, and a 3.38 SIERA. On the flip side, Cole Reagans has been awesome. 3.23 ERA, 1.17 whip, 9.68 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 2.64 walks per nine, a 275 BABIP, a 402 FIP, and a 3.68 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Royals, a hitting edge going towards the Angels, 101 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 97, which is 22nd. It's a pass for me at the moment. If this can move like another 3 cents towards the Royals, it would be a full cow. Right now, I think we're about 2 cents off. So it's not quite a cow yet. If it moves a couple more cents, it will be.
I'm going to call it a cow. Because
I wouldn't force it, but yeah.
I mean, the spread's right. The total, is right. Where is the Royals on here? Royals. What do you... how much are you looking for the line to move more? Why?
It needs to be at least a 10-cent line movement, and it's gone from a 185 to a 193.
I will tell you, I'm looking at the site. It's all 200, 205s, and 210s.
Yes, that's because now when I do this, I use Bet Online line movements. Okay. So if we want to go ahead, we'll look at DraftKings real quick. The line opened up at a 205, and it's now a 205. Over on Caesars, the line opened up at a 205. It's still a 205. On South Point, it opened up at a 190 to 195. No books have this line at least a 10-cent line movement. Heritage, it's moved the opposite way. It opened up at a 190. It's down to a 186. So not yet. Not yet.
I'm still taking it because it's Cole Reagans Day, and Royals have been hot. I will say Royals have been hot as of late, and they are now tied with Minnesota. Not to mention, how about we could see a little bit of a run here because Kansas City is only 2.5 games back of the Guardians. So very intriguing there. And me sitting with my ticket for the Royals to win the AL Central is very much alive. I'm on the Royals here. I think they sweep and run line the Angels in every game.
Fair.
Plus 120 on for the Keller strikeouts. Halos, no thank you. Cash cow, it's pretty much there, yes. Cannot deny how good the Angels are versus lefties, night and day versus righties. I think they get to Ravens. I don't think so. Nito is an over 400 average versus lefty. Zach Nito has been fantastic. Graduate out of Campbell. Anderson isn't bad either. Minus 195 is too much for Kansas City. No, I don't think it is. Me and Tim have forced cows before and cashed.
Good luck. I'm not going to force a cow on this one.
Has anyone heard the rumors about Kansas City cheating at home? Their bat splits are vastly different versus on the road.
Yes, and it's not cheating because I believe Kauffman Stadium this year, when you look at Ballpark Pals, is I think the second or third best hitting ballpark in baseball. It actually grades out better than the Great American Small Park. I think Coors is the only one higher than it so far this year. And we don't argue about Coors Field players having massive splits, just like we don't argue about the Mariners pitchers having opposite splits, even though Seattle is the Coors Field for pitchers. So it's just the ballpark factors, and that's just what baseball is.
Hotter than fish grease. Do the Angels really care about winning this game in Kansas City? I don't think the Angels care in general anymore. Halos overruns. Cow. I think Angels are already done with the season. No direction, no reward. Royals 39 and 25 at home. The Royals have been a fantastic home team. When it comes to playoffs, they're going to need to jump. They're going to need to jump the Orioles / Yankees in order to get home field advantage for that wild card series. But if it's Kansas City going to New York and playing the Yankees, I think they have a chance.
You get a good number on them.
So let's head to this series, Nick. Which, yeah, I see that the my Red Sox futures are going up in flames, just the same as my Mariners futures.
How about the Astros, though? They are so much fun right now. And they, like I said, they're reminding me of what the Edmonton Oilers did, where they start off the season absolutely horrible and then went on an ungodly run and used that momentum to take them to the Stanley Cup Finals. I think they're going to use this momentum to take them to the World Series. I think the Houston Astros win the American League. And I've been saying this for a while, and I said it when they were really, really bad in the beginning of the season. Because this is a team that I'm just going to trust until they give me nothing to trust anymore. This is a team that's made the ALCS 7 straight years. Until they prove to me they can't, I'm going to keep betting it. Line opened up at a 140, though, and it's down to a 123. So we have a big movement towards the Red Sox here. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It's down 8.5 at -105. Slight move towards the over. Taking a look at the cash flow here, 88% of the tickets, 90% of the cash on the over. Line's moving slightly towards the over. 82% of the tickets, 85% of the cash on the Astros, and line's moving against them. The Red Sox do grade out pretty well market-wise. We have Slick Nick Pivetta taking on Ronald Blanco. Pivetta, 5.40 ERA, 1.08 whip, 12.6 strikeouts per nine, which is 34%, 1.44 walks per nine, a 268 BABIP, a 5.13 FIP, and a 2.75 SIERA. On the flip side, Ronald Blanco, 4.32 ERA, 1.20 whip, 10.8 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 3.24 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, a 3.53 FIP, and a 3.58 SIERA. The bullpen edge going towards the Astros. The hitting edge goes towards the Red Sox. 128 WRC+, which is 5th, compared to 112, which is 11th. And for me in this game, now, what have I been cashing a decent amount of with the Boston Red Sox as of late? Team totals. I'd be leaning towards a team total over for these Boston Red Sox. If you're looking to back them on the side, I am not trusting this bullpen for anything right now. This line opened up with the Astros as -125 for the first 5 innings. It's down to a 117. I'm very interested in the Boston Red Sox here. First 5 and maybe a team total over. This line's moving slightly towards the over, so that gives me an okay feel towards this over. I'm more interested in the Red Sox in the first 5 innings, though. And I think that's where I'm going to end up moving in this game. I want to take a look at the best available line that I can get for it. I can see this as another game that's similar to last night, where it's Red Sox first 5, and it is Astros full game. So I'm seeing the best available number is even money over on Bet365. I think I'm going to move on the Red Sox in the first 5 innings here.
We're going to make a play in this one. It's not going to be a side.
You like the over?
I like the over. You mentioned team total over, so we're going to run with it. The Boston Red Sox have been a huge over team as of late. Although, actually, they've gone under in a last couple of games. But I kind of stayed off of that. I kind of saw those being more under games. This one just has over written all over it for me. And I think that you're going to see the Red Sox start to go back on that run of heavy overs. I don't trust Nick Pivetta, and I think Blanco can get hit today. Even though, yes, Blanco has been a very surprisingly good pitcher for the Astros this year. I'll give him that.
Are we surprised, though? Like, the Astros have been low-key a pitching factory.
Interesting. But I'm going to go with the over in this game. Over 8.5, I was able to get even money at Will Hill.
Yeah, I could see that. And it's a question of whether or not I would like to add the team total over as well. I really don't want to fade the Astros that on a double up spot. That kind of worries me a little bit. But it'd definitely be a lean towards an over in this game if I had to bet a total.
There you go. Players don't quit. Players still have contracts, have average to play for. Contracts matter. I know. Kansas City already made the playoffs. I don't think they care about the series. They may take a foot. No, there's no taking a foot off the gas. They need to keep going.
And this is still a young team. They're learning how to be competitive all year long.
And they're still fighting for the division. So, no, I don't think Kansas City takes a foot off the gas. Red Sox versus Righty is no longer a thing. Yoshida is the hottest bat. Astros, 6-5 final. I'll take a 6-5 final. Perna over bases, over as well. And the Red Sox look dejected as well. I think, they've had a tough schedule lately. They won a series. They won a series versus Kansas City. They got swept by Houston. Win a series versus Texas. They split a series versus Baltimore. They lose last night to Houston. I don't think they're struggling. They just got a very tough schedule right now. And when it comes to what do they got next? Arizona, which, whatever. Then 4 at home versus Toronto. Winnable games. They should be able to take 3 out of 4. In Detroit, winnable games. In New York, we'll see. Against the White Sox, Baltimore, Yankees, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. Yeah, they actually have a very tough schedule to end the year. But they have the schedule to, if they make a run, they have the schedule to boost themselves up. And as crazy as it sounds, I know they're 7 games back for the division. If they can make a run, 7.5 games back for the division, they have the schedule to make the divisions competitive. Because they still have 3 games against the Orioles, and they still have 4 games against the Yankees. So they have the ability to make this very interesting down the stretch. So
they have they're right smack in the middle. Their remaining strength is they're 15th for remaining strength of schedule. The top 5 toughest: Tampa, Kansas City, St. Louis, Colorado, San Francisco, with the Astros, the Diamondbacks, and the Mets being 6, 7, and 8. The easiest are the Tigers, Rangers, Angels, Cubs, Nationals, Athletics, and Dodgers, with Seattle, Baltimore, New York, Yankees being after that.
There you go.
And by the way, the Red Sox, if you think they can make a little bit of a run here and push themselves back in the picture, they're plus 250 to make the playoffs.
They have the schedule to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Astros over yesterday. It was a sweat. I'm taking the money line and running. I'm taking the money and running. Sox played well versus Baltimore. They do. Yoshida, 3+ hits. Red Sox to win. Jock Pederson, home run. 3 hits is too risky. When a batter is hot, when a batter is that hot, the pitcher tends to walk him. True. This is an interesting game, Nick.
Yeah. I was pissed about this one last night because I really wanted the Oakland A's and I left it off my card. It happens. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland Athletics, it's a pick on -115 for the Rays, total of 7.5 in this game. Oakland's been a little bit of a wagon as of late. It's Joey Estes and Shane Baz. This line opened up at a 110 for Tampa. It's now a 115, so we do a move towards Tampa. The line opened up 7.5 -120, 7.5 -117 now. Move towards the under. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. Or the pitching matchup, Shane Baz and Joey Estes. Baz a 3.81 ERA, 1.42 whip, 7.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 4.15 walks per 9, a 295 BABIP, a 406 FIP, and a 4.92 SIERA. On the flip side, Joey Estes, I do expect negative regression from Estes. 3.24 ERA, 1.26 whip, 6.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%. 2.19 walks per 9, a 267 BABIP, a 5.28 FIP, and a 5.19 SIERA, though. So definitely not what you want to see if you're looking for positive regression or for him to keep it going here, pitching at a low 3s and his FIP and SIERA up in the 5s. The bullpen edge goes towards Tampa. The hitting edge slightly goes towards Oakland, 108 WRC+, which is 15th, compared to 100, which is 18th. Yesterday was the Oakland spot, and I missed it. I don't think it's an Oakland spot today. I would lean Tampa in this game. Not everything is correlating for me to bet Tampa. but it's a lean towards Tampa Bay here.
Honestly, I think this one can go either way. The fact that this game is only a pick'em kind of tells me everything that I would actually more want to lean towards the Oakland Athletics again. I'm also not high on the Rays at all. Although I will say, Nick, I pretty much perfectly predicted the AL East this year. And I'm willing to actually kind of confirm that now, because I said last place Blue Jays. That's exactly where they are. I said Tampa would be about even 500 and they would be fourth. That's exactly where they are. I said the Red Sox were third place team and they could compete for the division. They competed for the division for a little bit. I believe that got within 2.5 games at one point. And I said Baltimore and New York Yankees are the best teams in the division. So I've kind of gotten that right. I would lean towards Oakland if I'm going after anything in this game, but I'm going to end up not getting there.
Yeah, tricky game. If you wanted to back Oakland, I'm pissed I didn't do it yesterday. I really am.
Yeah. Short price. Tampa at a short price. I like Estes. The under on the Tampa game. I can see the under. The line are giving out a lot of information today as the A's shouldn't be a dog here. Interesting.
You think the line is suspicious towards they want Oakland money?
Maybe. There's so many games I want to hit a 4-teamer. Rays bullpen still number 1 in the league, Nick.
Their numbers are really good. I don't know about number 1 in the league. I would, no, I'll give that to San Diego right now. Actually,
can't trust Baz right now. Oakland first 5.
I feel like if you want to look Oakland first 5 is the only way you can look at it because of the way that the bullpen has been for the Tampa Bay Rays.
There you go. Baltimore Brewers, Royals, Giants. Well, we'll talk about the Giants in a minute. Real quick, Nick, I was going through Twitter. The MLB team with the most most wins while tied or trailing entering the 9th.
Mets.
The Mets have 14, and then the Giants and the Tigers have 13.
I saw a stat a couple weeks ago that if the Detroit Tigers averaged 2 runs a game, they would have been like 15 games above 500.
Yeah.
It was something stupid like that. Like, it was crazy for that.
This is an interesting series, Nick, and a series that I kind of want to see continue to go a certain way.
You want to see the Twins? Wait, do you want to see the Twins win for the Mets purposes, or do you want to see the Padres win for Royals purposes?
I was going to go. I was going more Padres right now for the Royal purposes because I want to see the Royals move up more in the wild card.
Yeah, we have the Padres opening up as even money. It's now minus 103 for the Padres. Line opened up as 7.5 at minus 115. It's now 7.5 at minus 125. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game between Bailey Ober and Martin Perez. I think Martin Perez is going to be one of my favorite pitchers to back in San Diego. And here's my reason why. He's not the best pitcher in San Diego. I'm not saying that. But look at the prices we're getting on the Padres when he pitches. He's been a different pitcher since putting on the brown and gold. Like, he's been awesome in San Diego so far. And the markets are pointing towards it as well. 42% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the Padres. Lines move slightly towards them. 97% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the over in this game here. I want to continue to see the Padres at least breathe down the neck of the LA Dodgers. At least make them uncomfortable. Keep this division close. Bailey Ober has been one of the best pitchers in baseball the last 30 days. A 1.59 ERA, 0.76 whip. 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%. 2.65 walks per 9, a 171 BABIP, a 2.91 FIP, and a 3.79 SIERA. On the flip side, Martin Perez, 3.21 ERA, 1.14 whip, 8.68 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 3.21 walks per 9, a 222 BABIP, a 5.32 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. I don't expect him to go more than 5 innings. I just don't. This bullpen is the best in baseball for the San Diego Padres, and it only got better during the trade deadline. And the hitting edge goes towards the Padres as well. 133 WRC plus, which is third, compared to 90, which is 24th. I love the Padres in this game. And Martin Perez, yeah, you can see a 4.62 ERA with him. Yeah, I understand being a little uncomfortable with that. Look what he's done since coming over to San Diego. This is his 5th start. He started on July the 24th against St. Louis. They won 5-0. No one runs, 4 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. Followed that up, 1 earned run, 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, 6 innings against Colorado. Follow that up, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 7 innings pitched, Miami. Follow that up, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 5 1/3. He's been phenomenal with these Padres so far. And the Twins struggle against lefties. They're 24th in baseball against lefties. I see him shoving today. And I would like to take a little bit of a shot here with, I think, maybe Padres double up first 5 whole game. Because it feels like everything correlates for the Padres today. I'm going to take a look at the first 5 line movement because I can see that move towards the Padres. All right, yeah, I'm going to take them first 5 in full game. I'm going to double up on the Padres in this spot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make this my last, the last play that I'll have on the card, unless there's a cow for the next one, which I don't think there's going to be. I'm going to take the Padres here. I think the Twins start to fall off. Twins negative regression is definitely something I could see coming up because this has been although I think the point of the Twins that I think is going to start to struggle is their pitching. I think their pitching has overachieved this year. Obviously, their offense has been solid, and as long as they could stay healthy, they'll be very solid. But not anything I want to get. Not a team I want to back. Padres have looked really good as of late. They've pretty much locked up that first wild card spot at this point.
No, I think they're only a game in front of Arizona, so that's a good back and forth matchup for home field advantage.
That's Arizona's started to see some cracks, so I don't know.
We'll see. The Padres are going to do that too before the season ends. They're going to have a stretch like that too.
So yeah, I'm gonna go and probably my last play on the card is the Padres, unless I hear cash cow.
Fair. Padres first 5 even money, full game -105. Both of them on ESPN Bet.
Sounds good. Do you want to head to the chat real quick?
Yeah, let me finish tracking that. All right, cool. Where do you leave off? Because I see 140 comments.
7. I see 7.
Did I miss the Cubs and Tigers? We do not have a pitcher for the Tigers. I have Javier Assad versus undecided. Taking the Twins. Twins run line. Look, the Twinkies first team to score. Took the Twinkies first team to score. So we're on the opposite of everybody here, Tim. Twins money line pitchers best. Padres best pitcher last night. Today win with their best pitcher on the mound. Okay. Braves Phillies under 9.5. I can see that. And the Twins are starting to heat up. So absolutely no love for the Padres in the chat, Tim. We'll move on though, as we have the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago White Sox in this next matchup here. Total of 8. Giants -225 favorites in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have this is the first 5 lines. I'm like, wow, 4 total. That's quite a low total. It's the first 5 total. This line dropped though, that total, because I'm seeing 7.5 pop up, but this line opened up at an 8 at even money. Now it's an 8 at +105 for the over. Line opened up at a 240 for the Giants. It's down to a 227. No cash cow. Even if there was a line movement towards the Giants, I have a feeling that we're going to see some 7.5s, and that would pump the brakes on it too. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Davis Martin has been okay. 3 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 8.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 5 walks per 9, a 271 BABIP, a 4.56 FIP, and a 4.82 SIERA. On the flip side, Robbie Ray, 6 ERA, 1.33 whip, 12.86 strikeouts per 9, which is 33%, 5.14 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 6.32 FIP, and a 3.77 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Giants. Hitting edge, pretty significant towards the Giants, 91 WRC plus, which is 21st. Compared to the White Sox, I think this is the lowest number I've ever typed for a WRC plus on my spreadsheet before, Tim. The average, just an average hitter would have 100 WRC plus. The White Sox against lefties the last 30 days is 33 WRC plus, 67% lower than an average team. It's under or nothing for me in this game. That's the only way I can look in this spot is the under, and I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch this game, and I'll be honest. I think my card's pretty much done for the day because next game is a what do you call it?
It's Walker Buehler Day.
Yeah. So I'm going to end up being done with the card for today. I'm not going to go after this game. I would have only gone after it if I heard Cash Cow. So I like the. I'm going to pass on this one.
Fair.
Giants -1.5.
I mean,
I was all over the pods yesterday. There you go. Morning, John. Good morning. Tiger starting pitcher today, Brian Summons. All right.
Is that a MLB The Show create a player name? Like, I've never heard of that guy ever.
Tim, what's up, Untouchable? Robbie Ray over K's. Pass. Giants are not even good enough even to get these lines versus worse teams. White Sox, Chicago money line -225 is too much for the Giants. -225 is too much for the Giants.
The only problem with that is you have to trust the White Sox.
Decent night yesterday, but screw the A's for screwing my 5-team Nerfy. Yikes.
Ooh.
Who's hitting a dinger today? You want a dinger?
Give me a second. I'm going to look at the pictures and stuff like that. I got one that probably can pay out pretty decently well. Brian De La Cruz for the Pirates today. I think hits one off of Cody Bradford. And I think if you're looking for home run props, just wait for Trent to post his no home run lay, and you bet them all. I did that last week. I cashed with MJ Melendez. So just wait for him to post out his no home run lay and bet them all.
I want to go to Old Reliable and go Bobby Witt.
Yeah. I just wanted to go a little bit more out there with Brian De La Cruz.
Cream Ice is at the top. Nerfy and the Orioles. Yes, I'm on the Orioles. Cubs money line. Cubs hit lefties. Bellinger home run. Bellinger, not a bad option. Nick, I'm going to pass on this game, but you can go ahead and break it down.
Yeah. Walker Buehler Day. And I'm looking to fade Walker Buehler. Even if it wasn't the Dodger fade, I'm looking to fade Walker Buehler. Line opened up at a 145. It's up to a 147, so a 2-cent line movement towards these Dodgers. Line opened up at 8.5 -110. It's now an 8.5 -108, so a slight move towards this under here as well. We have 94% of the tickets are on the Dodgers, but 59% of the cash is on the Mariners. So there's sharp big bets coming in on Seattle in this game. 80% of the tickets, 77% of the cash on the over here as well. Bryce Miller Bryce Miller, and I was thinking Bobby Miller for a second. I'm like, no, I see Walker Buehler. Bryce Miller for Seattle, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Bryce Miller, 2.05 ERA, 0.75 whip, 8.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%. 0.59 walks per 9, a 247 BABIP, a 203 FIP, and a 3.24 SIERA. Walker Buehler has pitched one start since coming back off of the IL. I believe that was his only start this year. No, he pitched in June, and then he came back, pitched in Milwaukee, didn't make it out of the fourth inning. 3 1/3, gave up 1 earned run, 4 total runs though. So that line a little bit there. 4 walks and three strikeouts. 4 walks and 3 1/3 innings pitched is very concerning for somebody coming in off of the IL. I think that's like the ultimate indication of that's a fadeable pitcher off of an injury is when you're walking that many batters. And that's another way to look at like pitchers going through rehab starts. Don't look at they gave up 5 earned runs on 8 hits. Look at they struck out 7 but walked 1. Like that I'm more worried about your strikeout to walk ratio in a minor league rehab start than I am the earned runs and the hits allowed.
I agree.
Just because it tells you whether or not they're ready to be back in the major leagues yet. Walker Buehler's not. And I'm going to be on the Milwaukee Brewers. They were playing the Milwaukee Brewers last game. I'm going to be on the Seattle Mariners here in this spot. I got them at plus 130. And I'm interested. I did this last game with the Brewers. I'm kind of interested in the team total over for the Seattle Mariners as well, which is 3.5 minus 120 over on Bet Online. I'm kind of interested in maybe tacking that on. I'm not sure if I'm going to add that yet, but just strong lean towards the team total over as well. I would like to fade Walker Buehler until he's back at MLB strength, like more than I would fade like just normal Dodger fade.
Heard. I'm staying away from the game, so good luck. Fade Trent today. Oh, the man swept the board cleanly yesterday.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I wanted so much to bet the Mariners. The line is not budging with all the sharps on Seattle. Fair enough. Is the game where Seattle scores 8 runs?
This would be the game they would score 8 runs.
Just going to run back the same thing. Nerfy and the Seattle first 5. This Dodger lineup is disgusting with all these bats healthy. Pretty insane that Lux is the hottest bat in the lineup. Good to see Lux back too. Because I know he tore his ACL or something in the spring training of last year. So
yeah,
happy Gomber Day. Nerfy and first 5 Nats. Ohtani, Freeman, Muncy, Lux can all hit Miller.
Yeah. By the way, I would not look at Nerfy and Gomber starts because Gomber, for whatever reason, can't get past the first inning. But once he gets past the first inning, he's fine.
There you go. That's all the games. Nick, one more ad to read, and then we recap.
Yeah. If you guys are looking to maybe check out one of the games we talked about today, or there's a game this weekend, or college football starts this weekend, maybe there's a concert in your area that you've been wanting to see this band for years, stuff like that. I know Tim and I think we're seeing a show in a couple weeks as well. Head over to SeatGeek. They have a ticket grading system from red to green that'll tell you which tickets are the best value and the best price based on where they are. You guys use your different books. You use shopping around when it comes to betting games. And you look for value, you can find value on SeatGeek with the red to green grading system as well. And if it's your first time using SeatGeek, you can use the promo code ESP. It'll save you $20 off your purchase. So go ahead, check out SeatGeek and use the promo code ESP at checkout.
Yes. Thanks, boys. Best of luck to you as well. I got the sauce for the WNBA, plus 12 Sparks. Plus 12 Wings. Sparks Suns over in the game. For the game total, and then the Mystics plus 7.5. I am on the over in the Liberty game. That's it. Trust the system. Arizona and Kansas City run line 2-teamer. I am on both. We'll do a little bit of a recap and then, pay some bills. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. We post on that every single day. And if you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, that's where we put up all the plays that we put up on the site. Which with college football coming up, a lot of those will be for members and on the sites and stuff. So if you guys are just in college football, and especially college basketball, when that starts up in 3 months, 2.5 months, all that's going to be over on the member-only side. So you guys are going to want to jump on that. Recap for me: Arizona run line, Guardians, Baltimore, Philly run line, Milwaukee. And then I like the Royals, the over in the Red Sox game, and the Padres. Nick?
Yeah, I'm on Arizona -1, -119 ESPN bet. Doubled up on that Cleveland game. First 5 under 4.5, -110, and the full game money line for the Guardians, plus 130. Baltimore Orioles, first 5, plus 105. Milwaukee Brewers, money line, plus 114. Pittsburgh Pirates, plus 115. Boston Red Sox, even money. San Diego Padres, even money, first 5, -105 full game. Seattle Mariners, plus 130 full game.
There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back again tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.